Yeah, na, yeah. Certain fire flames, now born again. Times really change. Talk truth, we seen better days. Use not safe again. What a damn shame. Talk truth, how that them are promote. So quick them selling out, them sold them cashing out. Yeah, well this is Kinetic 9 representing for Hydra Star and the mindset. If you now move right, get your mind checked.
Responsibility doesn't fall on 2 people or 5 people. It's a responsibility that we all bear. But the formation of the Elders Council to carry out that duty, I don't see anything wrong with it. I do not see anything wrong with it. In fact, it's a good thing. It's a positive thing. It's a necessary thing. And so in the past, I know that I have to go to the Elders Council, and I know that the Women's League go to the Elders Council in that endeavor with respect to that aspect of its objective, its duty. Now, there are other things that the Elders Council may be involved in that I am not familiar with and that I don't necessarily endorse, such as its involvement with the RMO, because the Elders Council, I do not believe, has any legal standing to represent the Congress internationally, because the Elders Council is not an organization formed by DADA. It's not an entity, it's not a body, it is not a group formed by DADA. So I don't see how a group that was not formed by DADA can pump the duties of the Parliament and the committee. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if the Parliament is not functioning, then what should ones and ones do? Right? We have to urge the Parliament to function, to perform its duty. If the committee is not doing what it's supposed to do, we need to address it. I'm not sure that going off and forming a separate group to say I am going to, supplant the Congress, the Parliament or the committee. That is, I cannot endorse that. But I do, as I said, recognize what the Elders Council does with respect to administering to the elders on the Hill, because it is needed. It is very much needed.
Let me just say something, because I know probably the some of the Virgin them who is a part of the RMO is probably some of the same Virgin them that I've heard trying to organize with members of the Parliament,
Okay.
trying to come together. In the past, I've been on forum or reasoning where some of these same virgins who are in the Elders Council and probably are as a representative for the RML. I've sitting in reasoning with them, trying to organize, trying to get the Parliament to function, and without no one coming together still, so I don't know. You have to do something, or something will do you still. So
Absolutely.
I guess they just
Out of
utilizing
frustration.
and utilizing what they have still. Yeah. I wouldn't knock it so much, or even knock it at all. But I can understand that, it's something that you don't endorse based on what you outline still. It's not,
Right. As I said, I appreciate it in its endeavor in terms of addressing and ministering to the elders of the Congress. And also having a forum where, well, I mean, I'm not going to say it's I'm not going to say it's non-partisan, because it's not. It is not. but it is certainly less. I am well. It is certainly less. Yeah, I'm trying to, you know, be careful here with my words. Yes, it is not as harsh. It is not as yeah. I hear the parliament really can get really rough, and you have people, in the online parliament who really have you have. I'm not saying everyone there because I don't even know everyone who is in that group, but you have people who don't have any vision and they have no right taking any leadership position because they're not unifiers, they're dividers. They criticize everything and they do nothing. You understand me?
Yeah.
Those who can't build will always mash. Those who cannot build will always mash. So that's all they can do.
I hear what they say. I didn't want to take the reasoning there still, but I think this is a very important question that I want to ask you. What's your perspective on the 21 days principle? Is it something of the past? Is it still relevant today?
Right. Well, it is I believe that it is relevant, and it is relevant for those living on the foundation. Right? That's the principle of the Congress, and it must be adhered to. Now, when you're living outside of right, it is not very realistic. And once again, we have to live in the real world. People have to work. Because if you're not living on the foundation where you're being provided, your meals are being provided to you, then you can afford to live 21-day principle and so forth and so on. But when you're living outside and you need to work and provide for your family, that's a different story. You understand me? And I don't know it was meant to be lived outside. You understand? I don't know when it was designed. It was designed that even Shanties living off the foundation would have to adhere to this principle. Remember, we had a whole system set up, with the ministering angel and the carts that she could walk and the ministering box and the things that you understand me? People set up around this principle. That is how important it is.
All right.
It's a critical part of the culture. And so we had a industry built up around that. On the outside, you don't have that. It is not practical. It is not practical outside. But it certainly serves its purpose on the foundation.
Okay.
And it remains a vital part of Bobashanti culture.
For people now who do not understand what the eye is talking about, because probably only Bobashanti would understand what 21 days principle is. Could I break it down in layman's terms so one can understand what the eye is talking about? Because I totally understand what the eye is saying, but for ones who don't understand what the eye is talking about.
Well, yes, my lord. So the empresses on the foundation were required to go in house during their monthly time.
Yeah.
And then, let us say that was 7 days, and then for 14 days after that, right? They go through purification, they go, you start to, rejuvenate. Some people would refer to it as a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
The empress gone in on our vacation, but that is because it's believed, consistent with the teachings of the Bible, that during that time a woman is unclean. And so because she's unclean, she should not mingle with people who are clean. Right? And then she can pollute them by touching them, by seeing them, or by them hearing her voice. So you go into house during the start of your time, and then let us say that last 7 days and then 14 days subsequent to that, right, where you're not seen or heard, right, and you raise a red flag to let ones and ones know that you're not clean, you're not, yes, right, you're unclean, so they don't approach you, or your gate or whatever. And as I said, you cannot be heard. So you kind of have to knock. And it is the duty of the minister and angel to take messages back and forth between you and whomever, and also to bring your food and to bring anything else that you need in house, right? But they couldn't take anything out from you and deliver it to somebody else, because that thing would also be unclean because you approached it. So you could send something someplace just a couple of days and get it free up. You understand me? If you wanted it to go outside, if you made the mistake of going in out with something that you shouldn't have gone in with, or that belonged to someone else. So
what if you're all right? What if you're a family, a young family then, and you're living with your kingman and so on? How does it work?
Well, there's no such thing as living with your kingman on the foundation. Your kingman live where he lives, and you will have your own quarters, ideally, right? Sometimes your empresses, you find two empresses living together, but if they're not on different, if they're on different cycles, that doesn't work. Yes. So you live where you live, and you have your house, and your kingman, he lives where he lives, and when you're free, he's free to come to your house and visit and all of that. Yes, so forth and so on. So yeah, and if you're a family, if the sons will stay out with the father when the mother gone in, depending on the age of the child. Because sometimes the sons come in with the mother, right? Depends on the age of the child. So, and that is how it works. And it had its purpose. I know some people, they balk at it, but I believe it was unnecessary. It was necessary. I think it allayed a lot of negative things, a lot of possible negative things. Right? It gave us the empresses time to rest and to relax and to rejuvenate. You understand me? And to get sort of reflect. And it also built a bond among the empresses. I believe it built a strong bond, and the bond is remains unbroken.
Does it create an atmosphere where today they are outside what would I say, contraceptive then, are things to prevent a empress from getting impregnated? Does the 21 days principle, does it pose also as a contraceptive, where if you're not looking to get pregnant at in this time or your relationship or whatever, does it pose that
It serves, yeah. I think it serves as a contraceptive, right? Based on the rhythm method. Yeah, well, abstinence. Listen, the surest way to avoid pregnancy is to abstain from intercourse, right? So it effectively did that.
perfect?
And by the time you were free again, even if you were to engage with your kingman, you're past ovulation, you're not ovulating. So the odds of getting pregnant are remote.
That is the point that I wanted to hit there, and I nail it. Yes, Rastafari. Repatriation.
Yes.
What
All right.
how do you see it? Because there's a lot of talk about repatriation, but ones do not really speak about the reality of really moving back to Africa.
The last time I was in Ghana, which was in August, I sat with a younger empress than myself. She's a Bobo Shanti empress, younger, and she said to me, "Empress Marina, why is no one telling the truth about repatriation?" And I looked at her, and I waited for her to say more. She said the truth about how difficult it is, how expensive it is, how challenging, how sometimes frustrating. And I say, yes, all of the above. But you see, nobody wants, because repatriation is such a big part of our culture, right? Nobody wants to be the bearer of bad news. Nobody wants to come and say, listen, repatriation takes time to plan, takes a lot of planning. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot of money, more money than you're going to realize. You're going to have to form a relationship, with someone who's already repatriated, somebody who is willing to give their time, their knowledge, money. Somebody's going to have to be willing to do all of those things for you. You understand? Because you're in the West and you want to get to, let's just say Ghana for the sake of argument, but you need land. Somebody will have to run up and down and do it. To look the land for you. They have to use their vehicle. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And even if you give them money to buy the petrol, right? The gas for the vehicle. You're not paying them for wear and tear on their vehicle. And let me tell you, Ghana roads are rough. A lot of them are unpaid. So you understand? So the person has to take their time, and they're going to be putting in their own money. So it's not a small favor. It's not a small favor.
So,
yes.
So, it open up now, because you say money is important, and you need money to buy land and all of these things. Now,
and to register the land, and even in terms of looking for the land.
That is what I was going to touch on.
Just searching for the land. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you something, land purchase in Ghana is very, very ticklish. Because you would buy land, and then you hear say, the person who sold you the land, they didn't really own the land. They didn't have the right to sell it. So you find that you will have to buy it again. The same land that you bought already and paid for, you will have to buy it again because it's owned by not just 2 siblings, but 5 siblings. And the other 3 were unaware that who had sold it. So there's a lot of that kind of chicanery going on. That kind of, and Nancy trickery. Mm. So you may lose a good amount. Listen, people can tell you stories.
But
people can tell you stories of money they have lost. And listen to me, and another sad reality that is not often addressed is the fact that our brothers and sisters on the continent do not always welcome us with open arms. They do not always see us in the same way we see them. They see us and they see opportunities. They see money. It's somebody that them can chop. Someone that can get money from. They can put all kind of trickery. You understand? And if we go there, and listen to me, they've seen enough of us now, and they're not impressed. I can tell you that. They're not altogether impressed. Because they're saying, they're coming from the United States of America. Some place where they would be their right arm to go. And you come with nothing? Because you're telling them, oh, my brother and sister, oh, I'm so long to see you. And they're like, you got money? Because what are you doing here? Have you understand? Even the government themselves are getting fed up. A few years ago, when they had the citizenship drive in Ghana, another batch of people were, going for their citizenship. The cost was the cost for the administrative cost. They were asking 2,000 Ghana cedis, and people were complaining that they didn't have it. And they had asked they asked the government if they could make it 1,200. Them said no. Then they said 1,500. They said no. But they were disgusted. They were disgusted with us. They couldn't find 2,000 Ghana cedis, which at the time was roughly a little bit less than $200.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we see the Ghanaians, because they don't, once again, they are not where we are in terms of consciousness. They are not where we are. So they look now and they see the Lebanese and they see the Chinese come in and give money. And then we are here, and that's one of the things they say about us. We're always begging and we want things for free. We don't want to pay for things. You understand? But our low ball and the people, so them look at us as worthless.
But
as no good.
Does that come with the understanding that does it come with the entitlement type of meditation with black people thinking that we're entitled because of our historical past, and our connection?
Yes, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure there's some of that, but some people too are just freeloaders. Let's face it. Don't want to pay. That is what they said about us now. We don't want to pay for anything. We want everything free. The Lebanese pay, the Chinese pay, the white man pay, everybody else pay. But we don't want to pay. Once again, as I said, our brothers and sisters on the continent are not necessarily where we are in terms of consciousness. So they don't want to hear your sub story. Oh, I was taken away in slavery, and they changed my name, and they whipped me, and my language was lost, and I lost my name. Yeah. You got any money? They're not interested in our sub story. Well, how did you turn it around? Yeah, you understand? So we understand that all of this may happen to you. But how did you turn it around? When you're applying for colleges in the United States, and I would imagine it's the same thing in England. You're asked to write a personal essay, and you sort of give an account of your life and what has brought you to this moment, to this time, and if you've been planning all your life, you always wanted to be an engineer or an architect or whatever, and some of the challenges that you faced along the way. But they're not interested in it. Yes, they hear the challenge. But the person who is making the admission decision in the colleges, right? They want to hear how you overcame the obstacles with which you were. Nobody wants to hear anybody wallowing in my mother is on crack, my dad is serving time for double murder. They don't want to hear that. How did you overcome it? We want winners. We don't want victims.
Yeah.
And so this is the position that a lot of the ones, our indigenous brothers and sisters, especially the government, this is the stance that they have taken. So what did you do? So all right, all of that happened to you. They don't really understand it. They do not understand it because they're saying, in fact, when some of us were swearing in as citizens, they were saying, why? Who would give up U.S. citizenship for Ghanaian citizenship? And can we have your passport? Can we have your passport? Can you give us your U.S. passport? Can you give us your UK passport? Because they're saying that we're going to take those things and we're going to do what we can do with it. And then some of us, we have gone there and we have fallen on hard times. A lot of times we're not willing to say that. But you're bouncing from one person's house to another. 2 weeks here, 3 weeks here, a month to somebody else. This, you need some money, food, this. And that is not how I envisioned Zion. That is not how I envisioned it. And so we need to make better plans.
Absolutely.
We need to make better plans. Yes, we're not, listen to me, some of the people have already gone disgusted with us. People have left their own light bill, water bill, rent. They have absconded because they cannot pay and they've been sacked. They've been evicted from where they were living. And they have never, they have, all the bills that they have amassed. You have taxi drivers who don't want to carry certain people because they know they're going to slip them. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. And so, until we are able, because my mother-in-law, one of her favorite things was saying was that while the grass is growing, the horse is starving. So you see, yes, they have not yet been opened up to our reality and what we have had to endure in the West. They do not understand the depth of our oppression and suffering, and so they can't relate, because even they themselves have been oppressed in their own land and they don't even realize it. You understand? And so, my Lord, listen, no one should feel pressured to repatriate. No one should feel pressured or rushed. You do it in your own time. If you are in the West, you do what you can. You do what you do in the West. You work, you save, you invest, you put money together. You take care of your children, and if your children are grown, you help your grandchildren, because there's a role. Grandparents have a role to play in the lives of their grandchildren. So if you're in the West, you do what you do. Bloom wherever you are. Bloom wherever you are. You don't have to be on the African continent to bloom, because there are a lot of people there who are repatriated and they're not blooming. You understand? A lot of people, their situation is dire, but sometimes they're too ashamed to let you know, or they have burned all the bridges, and have nowhere to return. So they have to soldier through. You understand me? Well, sometimes soldiering through is good, because it forces you to become more creative and more innovative. Or they just stay in Africa and they keep calling the West for money. And then when you do that, it sends the wrong message, because people are here saying, "No, we will." You heard Mutabaruka said it in an interview, that when he got to Ethiopia, people were asking for money. He said, "Wait, me I come from hell, me I come from Babylon, and you're in heaven, you're in Zion, and you're asking me for money?" Yeah,
it's serious.
So that's the paradox.
Yeah.
That's the paradox. So wow. So this thing here is as I said, it's complicated, but you have a tendency of some people to behave as though, because they have repatriated and you have not, they're somehow more conscious than you, more righteous than you. They're more serious than you are, and that is not necessarily the case. Righteous people are in the West, and righteous people are repatriated.
True.
Right?
True.
So it shouldn't become a competition, and you have some people like them on repatriation, that's it. You understand? Like them want to compel. Yes. Yeah. Like them want to compel other people. You understand?
Yeah.
They want to compel other people. And deal with nothing, repatriate. No. Really? Don't let anyone shame you, bully you, cajole you, or force you into repatriation. Right? So do what it takes to repatriate, what it's going to take, and then position yourself accordingly. Repatriation is personal, and it should be done on one's own timetable. There is work to be done in Africa as well as in the diaspora. Work wherever you find yourself. Bloom wherever you are. If you're in the diaspora, take care of your children. Take care of your grandchildren. Work and earn money. Right? The best possibility of earning strong money is in the West. And however offensive that may seem to some people, because some people like to deal in platitude and fantasy. But the reality is this: the money is here, so. And I'm going to tell you. Yeah, go ahead, my lord.
I said that. Do you think that the Bible itself have any sort of impact or affect on us in some sort of way where having financial security and stability as a Rasta seems like it's class like it's a Babylon thing?
Something I'm giving a talk tomorrow about the importance of economics to the liberation struggle. Nothing gets done without money. You can't even go have a Zoom meeting if you don't have credit on your phone. If you're in Ghana and you don't have money to buy credit on your phone, I can't join the Zoom meeting. I have no money. We need to stop playing. We need to stop being like infants. Money, nothing gets done without money. Everything takes money, and your chances of earning money are greater here. You need the seed money here. Earn the seed money here, and then you can take it to Africa and multiply it. But you need the seed money. I see talent in Ghana. I see talent in different parts of Africa, and they do not have the funding. They don't have the financing. One of my sons has a very good friend in Ghana, and that young man is so innovative. He is such a hard. He's so ambitious. He's so hardworking, but he's stymied. He is stymied by the fact that he does not have access to funding. Don't you ever think you can go to Ghana and get a loan to start your business, a loan to expand an existing business? The interest rate is like 35%. You understand me? Not even the mafia not charge that in America. You understand? So you're not. First of all, you're not. It's hell to get a loan, and if you can't get one, you're going to get it at an exorbitant interest rate.
Wow.
This kid that, as I said, one of my son's friends, he wants to come to the West because he has the Ghana as far as he can go in Ghana, and but he's unable to get funding to go any further. So he's trying to come to the West where he can earn money, so he can go back and increase his business in Ghana. So what I'm saying to ones here, work and save your money here, and then take that money to Africa and turn it over. Do great things, do noble things. I want to build a little creche, up in the mountains, and I have to earn the money here. Who's gonna give me the money if I don't work and save that money, put that money aside? Who's gonna give me the money to do that? You understand? And you don't listen, people have tried to shame me, saying that I am here in the West. Me run down money, repatriate. Run down money? Really? Wow. Can you imagine that? But some of those comments, they are motivated by bad mind and bad mind and jealousy.
True.
So you dismiss them because they're not. These are not serious people. These are not serious people. The more people have a community with money, the better it is for all of us. A rising tide lifts all boats.
It's true.
A rising tide lifts all boats. So I want Sister Angie to have more money. I want Sister Esther to have more money. I want you to have more money. I want me to have more money because it's going to lift everybody up. It's not just going to benefit our immediate family. You want people because you want the money in the hands of the people with mindset who is going to ensure that they help their community.
Yes.
You understand?
Absolutely.
And your best chance of earning money, is better in England than in Ghana. So you earn English money and you take it to Ghana and you multiply it. And you start your business and you employ people. And you do good. You know how many children I put in school? Where do you think the money come from?
Yeah, man.
So when people talk about you're in a little way running down money, it's because, as I say, it's bad mind. Mostly it's partly based on bad mind.
I'm kind of happy that we reached the point where we're reaching this reasoning, because when we begin the reasoning, we were talking about our duties and what we need to do as Congress members, and we are failing and even breaching, that we're not looking after, ourselves and our elders, and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
most of this was, we were talking about monetary support, financial support. So, where would we get this money from? So we need the money. The money is important, very important.
Absolutely.
Very important.
Absolutely. I let me, if you will allow me. I remember the Honorable Priest Campbell told me a story. He said, well, he gave me an account. He said that something had, while he was living on the foundation, and something had come up, and that I called a meeting with the brethren, and they're sitting around and saying, this is happening, that is happening, and we need money to do this, and we need money to do that. Right? And when the meeting was over, that I said, every man to the broom field. Every man to the broom field. And then Miss Campbell said, as he got up, he was one of the last brethren to get up. And as he got up and was walking out, that I called him back. And and that I whispered in his, he bent down, and that I whispered to him and said, my Lord, that he Priest Campbell was going to go join the other man on the broom field. And that I said to him, my Lord, Jamaica money can't do it. That's what that I said to him. Jamaica, in other words, stop playing. Jamaica money can't do it. So Priest Campbell understood what that I meant. Get on the phone and start calling America.
I need some US and some English.
Yeah, we need some strong, we need some money here.
Yeah.
He said Jamaica money can't do it. In other words, that I said, stop playing. Let's stop behaving like we don't know what time it is. And so that's why when I hear people talk, I'm saying, do these people know what it takes to put children through school, to build well your community, to road where we live, where we currently reside in Ghana? It's a dirt road. We drive on, to get to after we come off the main road. We have a bit of dirt road, and we have to fix that because nobody else have the money to do it. The school next to us asks all the time to donation. Them roof leaking. We're very active members in our community. Where do you think the money come from? This is what the people, this is what they're looking for. We have a well in our yard. Our next door neighbor can come a morning time, 4 o'clock before we wake up, and hear people at the well drawing water. Somebody has to pay to build that, to that well. Our pipe, to come to our pipe to get water. So that is the kind of beacon that we are in our community. And it's not food stop with it. It's not the door. You understand?
Yeah, man.
You gotta work.
You have to work.
So I do not understand the mentality, because Jamaicans are not known as slackers.
No.
We were never known as slackers. When Jamaicans started to come to the United States in the 60s and 70s, they labeled us Jamaicans. Jamaicans, because they said we work hard like the Jews. So I don't know, no, I understand that, as RASTAFARI, we kind of have a love-hate relationship with money, because we recognize that the system is lopsided and oppressive. And so our aim was to withdraw from the system. But we have to disengage in a responsible way. We can't behave like we don't have any sense. Burn this, burn that, burn everything, and you don't build anything. You have to burn and build. You understand? Build the alternate. Build the alternative to what you're burning. But you can't burn and then you stay on one side. I have nothing. And so we need to be more mature and be more thoughtful in our approach, because we have not in fact disengaged from the system. We're very much a part of the system. We simply engage at a very low level, the lowest level, right? We sell trinkets and we sell this and we sell that and some pomade for your hair and some this and right. But we need to step up a notch.
Button. See you on the next video. I just start the mindset.